Come. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Yeah. Come. We're the true Hebrew Israelites. Come out week in, week out. Prophesied the downfall of America, right? Prophesied that there's going to be what a destruction and a salvation, right? And unfortunately, for 2/3 of our own people, they will be destroyed in the destruction, and only the elect shall be saved, right? And we're all fighting for that penny, you know, so that the hopes that we be the elect, that we get that tawa, right? In this you know, so that we don't receive the second death, right? So that's our hope, right? But we can see it though, right? You know, we can see it, you know, spiritually, right? And a lot of our people are spiritually dead, right? You know, faith is a what do you call it?
It's a gift.
It's a gift. Yeah, faith is a gift. It's a treasure. So a lot of our people don't have faith, right? Which the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, or you know, it's where you get faith, right? So with all that, we're gonna face the east. We give all praise, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and do well. To the elder apostles, bishops in Connecticut, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and in sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever. The hopeful elect, the elect, shalom. To the Israelite foreigners who phenotype may look like another nation, but your bloodline goes back to Israel through your father.
That's right.
And have come back to the fold. Shalom.
Shalom.
To you sisters, you Achwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence, right? We're here to prophesy what? The downfall of this wicked kingdom or queendom, right? You know, because in fact, you know, like, even looking at this right here, our people are in mirth, man.
Yeah.
They don't know what's going on. They don't know how dire things is. Hey, World War III is about to erupt, right? And they just signed that the bill linking Israel with America, right? Which I was just looking at I'm gonna do a lesson on it. I didn't get a chance to, but there was this chick. She's already in the military. She said that there's no reason to for them to sign that, because they already do joint drills. They already do joint adventures. So there's really no particular reason for them to even do it, right?
Yeah.
So they already. So what are they doing it for? She said, which made sense. She said it's because in Israel, you're automatically, if you're an Israel citizen, everybody has to join the military.
Right. Yep.
They have to.
Yeah, they have to.
So if they joined it, they don't have to call a draft. Now they just now, anyone 18, because it'll be a new thing coming in. Maybe they'll say anyone is grandfather in if you're before 18 or whatever, but you have to serve. Men, women, doesn't matter what you are. Man, woman, transgender,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. He, them, they. You're all gonna have to join that military. You're gonna have to all get sent to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, man. Right?
Yep.
Without a choice.
They're just putting people in a trick bag, basically. You
Right.
know? They're just, hey, man, hey, because we know this war is upon us, man. There's no getting around it.
Right?
I got a scripture because you said that our people are asleep, right?
Right. Go ahead.
When you first opened your
Yeah,
note,
go ahead.
if I may.
Go ahead.
It says Revelation 11:8. It says, and their dead bodies should lie in the streets of the great city,
Right.
which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
You want me to go ahead?
Yeah, if you want, yeah,
Yeah, come. Yeah.
mention
yeah.
it. So.
Yeah, come. So, that great city goes into the Babylon, right?
Okay.
You go to Revelation 17, and it'll at the end it tells you about the city, And that city is it says you read back up and it tells you it's the mother of harlots.
Yeah.
Mystery Babylon, which we know that to be America, man. Right?
It's that whore
It's that whore.
that sits upon many waters, man. Which
Right.
is speaking about the people.
Right.
It's so-called America is a so-called melting pot. Well, it's a
Mhm.
melting pot. Every nation is pretty much they're here.
Right. And then and then when you look at America, I was just speaking that into my lesson today. Earlier, I did a lesson, and I was explaining. You go to any Walmart, go to any store, and you will see all the way from an infant, little baby, them dressing scantily clad, all the way to a goddamn older woman, 60 and 70 years old, with barely any goddamn clothes on.
Right.
So you tell me this ain't the mother of harlots, man.
Mm-hmm.
This place, Babylon the Great, is the mother of harlots, right? And then when you even go into that word harlot, it also goes into what homosexuality, right? Because you go into the word queen, what is Q is it QUEAN,
Yeah.
right? Queen, where you actually get the actual queen from. Where it wasn't QUEEN, it was QUEAN. It's really actually where you get the word queen from, and it goes into being a prostitute. And when you go into that thing, depending on what definition you go, it'll go to prostitute, and it also tell you male prostitutes, what goes into what these homosexuality, which that's what you just said, which is what Sodom and Egypt,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. They're dead bodies, those in that dead state of mind.
Right.
The majority of our people, they're dead from the neck up. Man.
Right, which is Sodom and Egypt. So that word queen, which that's what they have that thing. What's it called? They're called what? Drag queens, right? So they're male prostitutes, man. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even when you go even further back, when you had the temple harlots, they were not just the women,
Right.
they were men.
They were men too. Yeah, right.
You know?
All right.
And the Lord says, it says in Egypt represents what? The bondage, the
Right.
idol worship. Okay, that's right here in so-called America.
Yeah, the
You know?
the bondage and the idol worship, right? The many gods,
So many gods.
right? That you have here, right? You'll say was a monotheistic,
Yeah.
but then you have a bunch of other gods. You're worshiping yourself, you're worshiping your children. You got Christmas, Easter. Those are all other deities technically. They'll try to encompass it around the Christian church or around a Christian theology, but that's not biblical,
Right.
right? It's not a biblical theme. It's not a biblical principle, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause Scripture says you cannot serve two masters. You're either going to serve the Lord or you're going to serve mammon. Now, mammon going into money, but it can also go into
To the world.
Yeah, to the other things of the world. man.
Right? Yeah.
Which, like the brother said, it can be many things.
Right, your children.
Yeah.
These women be really, worshiping their children, or vicariously living through their children.
Yeah.
You're basically putting your children on a pedestal. That's the reason why the Lord said that. He who loves mother, sister, children, wife more than me, you're unworthy.
Right.
See, and that's what happens. Like what you said, that mirth that they have, that what I mean. It makes you unworthy to follow the Lord, man,
Yeah.
because your cares are the cares of this world, right? Going into that what you say, mammon, right?
Mammon. Yep.
Right.
Right. Oh, and that's it. Our Lord was crucified. They X'd him out here, so-called America. Took away his name, took away his image, took away his purpose.
Right.
So Yahushua is pretty much, they crossed him out here, right here, because we know he was crucified on the cross in Golgotha, okay, back in, right there outside of Jerusalem, right? But right here in so-called America, hey, he was X'd out, man.
Right. Gave him a different personality, right?
Yeah.
Right. The Lord, it says the Lord is an austere man, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not about playing games, The Lord is very, very serious. I mean, not to say the Lord don't love, not to say the Lord don't have jokes, but life is very serious, man.
Yeah.
Especially in the times that you're living in. You live in the most serious time ever known to man, but you got the most foolish things going on right now. bunch of games, little childish mind thinking, man. And the most serious time that you could ever live in, man. Right?
Yeah. I got another one for you. Philippians 3 verse 18, it says, now read this in the NLT, it says, for I have told you often before, and I say it again with tears in my eyes, that there are many those whose conduct shows they are really enemies of the cross of the anointed.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
They show they're enemies.
Right, right, because your conduct in this world is basically of this world.
Yeah.
You know? Your things about chasing money, chasing attention, right? Everything's about likes. You know what I mean? You're chasing, women. You're chasing your career.
Yeah. Covetousness.
Yes, covetousness. Right.
Things they covet.
Right, because that's what it is. That goes into that what they keeping up with the Joneses thing.
Keeping up with the Joneses. Yeah.
Right, and that's a covetous spirit, man.
Right.
Right.
You know, so and so bought a house. Better house. Now I gotta sell my house
so I can go get a better
house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So and so got a house with a pool. Now I gotta get a house with a pool. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. You know.
Right.
It says here they are headed. Listen, those that have that mindset, they are headed for destruction. Their power is their appetite. It says they brag about shameful things. See, and they think only about this life here on earth. You know,
that's it right there.
That's their mindset, man. It says, but we are citizens of heaven, those who have the Spirit, right?
Yeah.
Where the Lord Yahweh Shai, the Anointed, lives, and we are eagerly waiting for Him. Listen, to return as our Savior.
Yeah, right. And that's what a lot of people they're not looking forward for the Lord to return. And then everything that's happening right now is those things aligned for His return.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aligned for the second death, as I mentioned earlier. Right? The second death is about to show up. Thermonuclear holocaust is about to happen. Right? I just really felt that holocaust means to burn. Right?
And burning is coming.
And burning is coming. Right? So that's what's about to happen, man.
Matter of fact, it made me think of a scripture.
Yeah.
You got one or?
Yeah. Just
okay. Then I'll get this afterwards.
1 Timothy 5 and 6. She that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
Yeah.
Right? And that's America. You know, because America's synonymous with the woman. You know, most countries are. You know, most countries, you call it Mother Russia or Motherland, and that's America. America is Mother Liberty or Lady Liberty, right? And Mother Liberty or Lady Liberty, she liveth in pleasure, man. All this thing's about pleasure, Microwave everything. Everything's fast. You need instant results, instant pleasures.
Right? Yeah, instant gratification.
Instant gratifications, right? And so. But you're dead while you live because you're not looking for the Lord.
Yeah.
Because what did it say? Would you say at the end of that other one? It said we're
citizens.
Because we're not of the we're citizens of
heaven.
Right.
Right. Our mindset is different.
Right. Because the Lord Himself said that I am the God of the living and not the dead. And how could you be living? Through the Spirit, through the Scriptures. That's how you're the living and not the dead. She's dead while she liveth. You live. You're alive, so to speak. But you're dead. You're not looking for the eternal life, man. The life that's gonna actually matter. Because Yahweh Shai is about to return and judgment is about to set forth, man. And that's all this is. This is a warning for you, right? To bring the seriousness to the matter, right?
John, yeah, they're alive, but they're not really living. Just like when the Lord, if I can bring this out, if I may,
go ahead.
When the Lord put the Spirit upon Adam, right? 2 Corinthians 3 and 4, it says, O Lord, who bears rule, thou speakest at the beginning, when thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone, and commandest the people, and gave us a body unto Adam without soul. That's the majority of our people.
Right, that's perfect.
It says, which was the workmanship of thy hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee. See, it wasn't until the spirit
right,
of Yahweh Shem El Shai where he was really living. Until then, he wasn't just wobbling around everywhere. No, he's walking around. You know, he's speaking, eating, whatever.
Married, giving
Yeah.
married, giving into marriage. Yeah, you're doing the regular things, you know,
Yeah.
and of this life. You know, you're making plans, doing events. So there's a concert today. I'm gonna go over here and
Yeah.
watch so and so sing. And, you know, I'm gonna go over here. Oh boy invited me to a barbecue. And you know, the regular things. But it wasn't until the spirit of life. Hey, that's when things became serious, because the Lord said to be fruitful and multiply and then subdue it. And that's the part that people miss out. When they miss the part where the Lord said subdue it. And that's where Israel has always fell, right? Because we were meant to subdue everything, right? We had the getting marrying. You know, you got that down.
Yeah, you got that down.
But yeah, you could party like nobody else.
You do the 1-2, you know.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, but to subdue that's what you were missing.
Uh-huh.
That's why the Lord was talking about driving out the inhabitants, but don't do it too fast. But drive them all out, or it's going to be a snare to you. See, you didn't think about the subduing everything, man. You needed to completely drive them out. But that's why we end up going into following these other customs. That's how we ended up here in America, Babylon the Great, following other customs, and then you're still doing that to this day.
Mm-hmm.
And then they wanna even use the terminology of your enemy. Oh, those are those black Hebrew Israelites, right? When we know that's a negative connotation, man. That's coming from your enemy, and then you're using the verbiage of your enemy, man.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
I got another one.
go ahead.
Proverbs 21, verse 16. It says, "The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding
Right,
shall remain in the congregation of the dead."
right.
You know, even though you're alive, but really you're dead, man. Okay,
Right.
you're not alive into the spirit of the Lord. Okay, really enables you to get that true wisdom, the true understanding. Until then, you're just walking around. Really, you're just here to eat, drink, and be merry, man.
Right.
And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Right, correct.
You're not.
I got one. Yeah.
Okay.
This is Ezekiel 37. I think 11. Is it?
Oh, the valley
yeah,
of dry
yeah.
bones. Yeah.
Yeah, it says
Those
Ezekiel 37 and 11. It says, "And he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel." See, and and that's what we're speaking to the Israelites, right? Flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. Speaking to our people, the so-called
Right.
Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. And that's what we come out here to teach, talk to you, warn you, right? Because, you know, really these are just warnings, man. You could take heed or not take heed.
Right.
You know,
Whether they hear, whether they
whether
forbear.
they hear or whether they forbear, you know. And it says, "Behold," which means feast your eyes, look, pay attention. They say, "Our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off from our parts." Yeah, and you are. You're cut off from your land. You're cut
Yeah.
off from your heritage or what
Right.
it really is. But that doesn't mean you just give up. You just let things be. You don't. The Lord said, "Seek the old path," right?
Yeah.
You don't just sit there and just, we just gonna we cut off. We're just gonna keep partying and BSing.
Yeah.
Forget it. You know, because I get it. It's things you know. It's easy
Yeah,
to do.
easy.
It's easy to do. Comfortable. Yeah. You know what I mean? Easy to live in pleasure, but you're dead while you live it. Right?
Yeah.
That's ultimately what this place is. America's on its 250th birthday, but she's dead while she living. Right? The economy is spiraling out of control. They're spiraling right into World War III. Hey, she's dead while she living, man. And so are you. Right? You're in the like fashion of this place, man. Right? And it says, therefore prophesy and say unto them, right? You so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native. The Lord said, prophesy anyway. They ain't gonna listen to you because they haven't listened to me.
Right.
The Lord said, but prophesy, speak to them anyway. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord, Adonai, power, the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, behold, fish eyes look, pay attention, my people, I will open your graves. See, you got nothing to fear. The Lord said, I'm going to open your graves, which is your mind, right? The Lord's about to open the dead state of your mind and cause you to come up out of your graves, right? Because he spoke about that city that you were, the dead bodies were in. It was the city of Sodom and Egypt, right? Which is not an actual dead bodies. It was talking about your state of mind, and that's what the Lord is speaking of. I will open your graves, right, which is your mind, and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel, right? Because that's the promise that the Lord said. And we're a people before a place, right? So basically the Lord's going to bring you into an Israelite mind state, man. You're gonna be having a mind of nobility, a mind of that we're gonna rule this world and we're gonna subdue it, man. Right?
Right.
We're not just gonna say, oh yeah, God is gonna come and then He's gonna love everybody and everything's gonna be good. No, we're gonna subdue this place, man.
Right.
Right?
Right. Let me bring this out real quick because you said that you can't just give up, because then if you just give up.
Yeah, I did too. I had one too.
Full of them, brother. All over.
Yeah, I had a couple on me.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't just give up, because you're not listening to the instructions that the Lord gave, man. You're not paying attention. This is Jeremiah 31 verse 10, and I'm going to read this in the NLT. It says, listen to this message from the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. It says, you nations of the world, proclaim it in distant lands. Again, because we were scattered from our parts, right?
Right.
It says, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, who scattered his people, will gather them and watch over them as a shepherd does his flock. You see, so that's the message, man. That you can't just give up. You got to take heed to the true men, okay, that the Lord has set up to bring you out the 100% truth, man. Telling you that there is going to be a gathering of those that have been scattered, man. You see, and it all begins with what? With receiving His wisdom.
Right.
You see, and that's a gift, right? Faith is a gift.
Faith is a gift.
But that doesn't mean you just give up, man.
And it proves that all hope is not lost.
No.
Right. It was a time that the Lord hid His face from us.
Yeah.
Right. But the Lord said that He's gonna reveal His face to us again. He's gonna reveal Himself to us again. See?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Matter of fact, I got that real quick if you want it.
Go ahead, yeah.
Let me see.
I got this one real quick.
Okay.
It says Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1 says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what we're telling you, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Indian. If you understand, you're not desired amongst the heathen, man. Right? It tells you that in I think it's Ecclesiastes 2. It says that they esteemed us as counterfeits.
Right.
Which we're talking about these heathens, especially Amalek. We esteem them as counterfeits because they are. You say He is not for our turn, and we're not. But they're not for you either right now. This is not the time that they're for you. For you to come into a place where your enemy has constantly robbed, stole, killed, did everything he could possibly do. When is this man gonna magically all of a sudden love you? All of a sudden he got the world's most deadliest disease in the world, and it's supposed to be everybody's dropping dead from asphyxia or because they can't breathe, and it's the CV-19, but he wants the so-called Negroes and Native Americans to get it first.
Line up first.
Pull up your sleeve. Because we love you.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, right? This is the world's most deadliest disease. When have Esau ever stood in the back of the line? Especially when he's ruling the world. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm ruling the world, but I'm gonna stand in the back of the line. I'm gonna let you guys go first. Yeah, right. You know something was wrong. Something's definitely wrong. If they have us go first, you better believe it's something wrong, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Esau ain't waiting in a line for nothing. You know what I mean? Even if it was free, he wants to be in the front of the line. Even if they said, hey, everybody chill out, relax, don't cause a riot, don't do the thing. If we have enough for everybody, Esau still wants to be in the front of the line. He don't care. He thinks he's supposed to have a privilege. I'm white.
Yeah.
Which you're not white. You're red. But that's the mentality that they had to get these Edomites have. You know, a pompous, right?
Right.
Pompous mentality. And the Lord said, "Do not think yourself higher than you ought." But that's Esau, man. He always think of himself more higher than he ought to be thinking of himself, man.
Right. Goes back to the scientific racism. You know, they think they're a superior race.
Right.
You know, they believe that.
Well,
And pretty much.
but it's a false. But
Yeah,
even
false.
in the
It's
thing,
false.
your scientific race is it's a lie.
Right.
But if you figure, you know what, I'll just spin this lie,
Yeah.
and see, and even then, your superiority is based on a lie, so it's all gonna crumble. So, but you Israelites need to realize that, right? Though you're not desired, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Behold, right? So this is what we're telling you. Behold, hey, it's like before the decree bring forth, right? And then we went into that last time. That a decree is like an order,
Yeah.
right? Decree is basically like a law. The Lord set up the law, a decree, an order for things to happen, right? Right now we're in what they call a grace period, but the order of the grace period is about to pass away, and there's going to be nothing but straight, swift judgments before the day pass, and as the chaff. See, that's when the fire is going to come in. There's going to be so much fire. When we're talking about the thermonuclear fire, man, it's going to be a nuclear holocaust. It's going to be so much burning. It's just going to be nothing but the ash, the chaff left, just ashes, right? And it says, before the fiery anger, before the fiery anger, of Yahweh come upon you, before the day of Yahweh's anger come upon you, right? So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is about to come upon all this world. We're just telling you the decree that what's about to come forth. It's basically a decree, order that's about to come, right?
Yeah.
And once the grace period is done, hey, that judgment, man.
I got it right here. I was holding it. 2 Peter 3 verse 6. Whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished.
Right.
First death.
First death.
It says, but the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and
Right.
perdition of ungodly men.
Perdition means destruction, man. Of you ungodly Israelites, you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, because you're following the ungodly devil.
Yeah.
The self-proclaimed so-called white man. He's ungodly. Now you're following ungodly practices. You got ungodly principles. So guess what? Guess what's going to happen, man? You're going to be all rolled up in one. Though hand joining hand, hey, the wicked will not be unpunished, man.
Yeah. It's reserved for you. You know, when you go, you make reservations for a restaurant.
Right.
It's right there for you. That was reserved to the wicked, man. The wicked, the Esau, he is the wicked, and the wicked of the nations, and the wicked 2/3.
And then when you set up matter of fact,
reservation,
you set up a reservation for what? An appointed what time?
one at a time. Yeah.
Because when they say, you say, okay,
Yeah,
what time?
what time?
What
Yeah.
time you gonna? 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. You know, just to give you a, even though it's
Yeah. Hey, the
it's
table's
cliche,
there.
but
Yeah.
that's what most people say. 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Dinner at 8.
The table's there for you.
The table's there. Hey, that's the destruction. You know.
Bro.
Right. Matter of fact, we said that Habakkuk chapter 2. I'm gonna start at 3. Habakkuk 2 verse 3. No, I'm gonna start at 1. I'm gonna start at 2. Habakkuk 2:2. It says, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushai answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon table. What do you say? The table?
Yeah. A table
The
set.
table set. Make it plain upon the table.
Yeah,
Hey, your table's for reservations.
Yeah.
It's there, right? It's waiting on you. And he that he may run that readeth, right? So that he that have the right message will run and tell that. Run and go tell that, man. We're running and telling it, man. We're heralders. We're telling you, hey, look, this is coming. You know, what was it they said? Was it Paul Revere, whatever it said?
Yeah, yeah.
The British is coming.
The British are coming. The British are coming. Yeah.
Hey, well, we're saying destruction is coming. Destruction is coming.
Yeah.
Yahweh Bashim Shai about to come with destruction, not love, hugs and kisses, not with a rainbow with flowers around his head, smoking a joint. Oh, my children, you know what I'm saying? In a hippie fashion, you know, you got those pictures of him like looking like a hippie, but Yahweh's coming as a so-called Negro, angry and pissed off, looking for righteous indignation, man, righteous judgment, right? That's what he's about to do, man.
Yeah.
You know, and the Lord is not with a false balance, so of course he's got salvation on the right hand,
yeah,
and destruction for you left-handed people, man.
Perfect balance.
A perfect balance, man. You know, so it says for the vision is yet for an appointed time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the table. It's an appointment. Hey, well, what time are you gonna come? 8 o'clock. Okay, we'll have it all ready. So it's all registered. You know what I mean? Hey, everything's set. The vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, right? And then you know, like you know how you're getting ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people always say, "Man, women take a long time to get ready." So though it tarry, you know, like you're getting ready, and that's what the Lord said that we're supposed to be doing, rehearsing the righteous acts.
Right, rehearsing the righteous acts. Yeah.
So that's like it's tarrying. We're rehearsing the righteous acts. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. And see, now there's gonna come a time, you know, you're getting ready, the dinner's coming, you made your reservations, you made your appointment, you're getting ready, and then you get, and then eventually, hey, you're gonna show up. It'll surely come. You know, 8 o'clock is gonna come around. you know, it'll surely come, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And then, hey, before long, hey, you're there, sitting at the table. Oh, matter of fact, can you get that? Job, the 20, about Esau at the table, the Lord as they're eating.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what's going to happen, and you all you Jakes are going to fall victim of that, man. Because he really said it for the wicked. You know, the ultimate wicked, the wicked, right? There's wicked people in all nations, but the wicked is Esau. So he said it for the wicked, but you Jakes join hand in hand with the wicked, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a quick one. This is Jude 1:4. It says, "For there are certain men crept in unawares," so speaking about the false prophets, but the false prophets, according to what Ezekiel, the 14th chapter, verse 9, says that they're going to be destroyed. Those that listen to them are going to be destroyed right along with them.
Right.
So it's going into both, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation. Right. Ungodly men turning the grace of our Lord power unto lasciviousness, and denying the only Lord power and our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So they've been, like you said, they made the reservation, their time, okay, to receive that destruction. It's already been ordained, man. Okay, you were set up from the beginning to receive, you know, this ultimate, you know, evil, this evil time that's coming, man. You know?
Well, yeah. Well, the Lord said, put away evil from amongst Israel. So that's ultimately what's going to happen, man. The Lord's going to put evil away from amongst Israel, because the Lord is about to deliver the elect. And see, the evil this world is they're all of them are against Israel.
Yeah.
Because you're going to see so many people. That's why it talks about how they would turn you into the judges, into the officers, right? So even you regular people, you're going to be against us. Oh yeah, I know. I seen Black Hebrew. So all of you, so all the way from the judges. That's why it talks about how as the ruler, so are the people. All of you are against us. Esau, Edom, the ruler, and you people are against us, man.
Yeah.
So
hate
the Lord
us.
got to put away that evil, man,
Yeah.
from amongst us.
Yep, I got that in Job. Job 20, verse 19, it says, because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken
Right,
away a house
right.
which he builded not.
Right. He's what? We'll do that again.
Because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor.
And that's Esau. But see, you other people are in the same position. You're amongst us, but you will still oppress us too,
Yeah.
right? So you're just as the ruler, so are the people, man.
Right.
You oppress the poor. You'll have like you said that keeping up with the Jones.
Yeah.
You know, this person buy a house, so you go buy another one. You go buy this, and just so you can say that you're better than this person, so you will oppress the poor, because you got a Fendi bag, or you you driving a Jaguar or Mercedes or BMW. You will oppress the poor. Though you're just a poor working slave that have a little more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we're all slaves at the end of the day. Right?
Yeah.
The Rothschilds, the Bilderbergs, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Oppenheimers, the Bloombergs, they run this thing, man. You don't run a damn thing. You're just a working slave. That maybe you got a little more than me, but you're just a slave, and really they're about to take it all. Right?
All of it.
Put you on universal basic income. Right? Go ahead.
I'll read it again from the top. It says, because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away a house which he builded not.
Right. Hey, and
You
they
know?
did that to the Native Americans.
Yeah.
Well, they did that around the world. To the Aborigines. You know, they did that in Hong Kong, right? They did that in South Africa. The whole of all of Americas, from Canada all the way down to Brazil.
Yeah.
Come on now.
That's their MO, man.
Right.
It says, surely he should not feel quietness in his belly. He should not save of that which he desired.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. He desired to control the entire world.
Mhm.
Bring in that Novus Ordo Seclorum, right? Bring in you know, the Karama, the Karax Grapho, right?
Yeah.
To control this entire thing. And that's his desire.
He wants it all.
He wants it to be God,
Yeah.
right? With Palantir, being able to surveillance everything and to be able to shut you on and shut you off when he gets ready. To be able to control your emotions, to make you happy, to make you sad, because he say you're to be happy. He
Right.
say you're to be sad. That's the thing he's trying to do, so he can ultimately be God.
Yeah.
So, because God is the one who controls us to be happy, sad. But if he can control that, hey man, hey, think about it.
Yeah.
If I had that, I would think I'm a God too. Come on.
Yeah, well, he made that statement. You should have nothing and be happy.
Right.
You know? But they have everything.
Right.
But they're not gonna be able to keep it.
Right.
It says, there shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods.
Right, yeah. There ain't nothing for you to sell. There's nothing for you to have. No land. No products. Right. Even right now, you're running out of ammunition in your war.
Yeah.
You ain't got ammunition. So hey, this is like a Nomen omen. It's a telltale sign. You're out of here. You're almost out of here.
Right.
How do you go to war and run out of ammunition, man?
Yeah. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits.
Right.
Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Right. Yeah. See, and that goes into the Amal.
Amal, yeah.
Right. The workers.
Class. Working class.
Yeah, see, like I just explaining that about the working class. You're just a working class slave. You may have a little bit more than me and a little bit of this and that, whatever, but you're just a slave. At the end of the day, if you don't got the spirit and the truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you're absolutely nothing. I don't care how much money you have, right?
Yeah. And you see it already. You know, you see a lot of people. They're coming against, you know, the so-called, you know, leaders, you know, the government, you know, so on and so forth, and they say, well, it's us against them. No, they're against the Israelites, although they consider, you know,
Goyim,
useless eaters. Yeah. So it says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Right, and when you're about to fill your belly, and when you're eating, what are you eating at? At a table. The Lord's about to come and, you know, they have that classic thing where all the poor people and the rich are playing a game, and then people say, oh, this game will be over if they stand up. Well, it's not about the people. It's about when the Israelites stand up,
right.
When the elect stand up, when Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai gives them that true power. Now we're standing up upon our feet, But the ultimate stand up is when the Lord makes us gods again, man.
Right.
Now we can, like I was saying before, we can subdue it. Now we're not just coming to play and be merry, you know, like Jake did in the wilderness. It said that they woke up and just played.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not gonna play. We're gonna play. We're gonna look to subdue this place, man. Because you're gonna have what? The tabernacle of David. What did David do in his time? He went to subdue the land. So that way, when Solomon ruled, hey, it was nothing but peace. That's pretty much. Hey, that was like a what do they call it? I bet in Christianity they say it's, well, I guess even the scripture talks about a shadow, right? That was a shadow of things to come.
Yeah.
Right? He was showing you that was like what Yahweh, what did Yahweh say to Yahweh Shai? Come sit down next to me and I'll make your enemy your footstool. But that's pretty much what David did. Because Solomon is Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
And so what did David do? He went around and subdued all the land.
Set him up in a good position. Put him in
Right,
position.
and he subdued all his enemies and
Yeah.
put them there. Pretty much the same thing what Yahweh said he's gonna do. But this time when Yahweh does, it's gonna be forever.
Yeah.
Right?
I got this right here. Amos 9:11. I'm reading in NLT. It says, "In that day I will restore the fallen house of David."
Right, see? Yep.
Yep.
Beautiful.
I will repair its damaged walls. From the ruins I will rebuild it and restore its former glory. You know, and it says that in the King James says, "I will close up the breaches thereof," and that's really going into the differences between the tribes.
Right.
You know, and you can see those in the spirit, those who are walking in the correct spirit. You know, you don't have that animosity, you know, between Judah and Ephraim, and you know, so on and so forth, man. You know, but in the world, you still have that. You know, you still have that nonsense. You got something, brother?
I think you keep going, man.
You want me to keep going?
I think it might be.
No, I was just talking about the land now.
Oh.
You want me to get that?
I mean, might as well, because
Okay.
that's the whole point. Because we're about to go back into the land,
Right.
too.
It
So I
says,
think it's a little
and that they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen, which are called
Right.
by my
See?
name,
See?
said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem
Because what they want,
Got to do with this.
what they want, they're at the table, they're
Right.
eating,
Yeah.
and what their desire is to have you to push forth that the Novus Ordo Seclorum, and to microseed everybody to keep the control, to keep their false, their pseudo blessing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. I'll keep going. It says, "Behold, the days come," said the Lord. I jumped to the King James. Said again, "Behold, the days come," said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yehoshai, "that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of
Right.
grapes."
Going into the Amal, the
Yeah.
workers.
Right.
Amal, yeah.
Yeah,
the
that's
plowman. Yeah, the plowman.
Yeah, overtake the reaper.
Who drove us?
Yeah, who wrapped everything, man?
You reaped everything. Esau, man.
Esau. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
it.
and he reaped it
Yeah.
so much that even in Obadiah said, "Wouldn't you have left some grapes?" Well, I think it even says that is in
Jeremiah says it
Jeremiah
too.
too. Yeah. Yeah, they both say. I'm saying, would you have not let some grapes? This dude reaps. He don't just reap a little. He
Takes everything.
Takes it all, man. Right? Till it turns into something else. To ends up, you got frogs with 3 eyes. You got fish with human teeth. You got fish with different. Oh man, I mean it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because when you go into Jeremiah 49 says that would not the grape gatherers leave some grapes, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause it was a welfare system pretty much in the ancient world. But it says the Lord said, I'm going to leave Esau bare, man.
But it wasn't just for the grape; it was for everything. Everything you were supposed to leave. You're supposed to leave a little tenth of everything left,
Yeah, so the people,
so that way the
glean.
people can eat. They can
Yeah.
glean it. Yeah. They can, you know what I mean? It wasn't just the grapes. Because you hear grapes and you think it's just the grapes,
Yeah,
but no,
yeah.
you had the wheat, the barley,
Yeah.
you had all the different things, and you would come through and get everything, and you'll leave a 10 part,
Yeah.
which served 2 purposes. You know, they were able to eat, but it wasn't no need for them to beg the way that people have to beg,
Right.
the way you do today. I mean, you always had beggars, but not the way you have it today. You know what I mean? You know, here today you need to be able to not only are you begging for a home, you're begging for home, food, shelter, protect. You're begging for everything.
Yeah, for the one of all things.
Yeah, for the one of all things. You know what I mean? But back then, you maybe begging for a little money. Maybe you can go into an inn for a little bit, sleep, have a thing, or you beg for a little money and get a little drink, whatever. But these days, it's horrible, man.
Oh yeah.
And then he's to the point that he's making even homelessness illegal. You drive you out of your thing, make everything too expensive, so you got to move out of your house. So you figure, fuck it, I guess I have to stay in my car. No. You just have somebody knocking on your door. Oh no, get your car towed away. Then you're laying on the street. Nope, you can't lay on the street.
They make it impossible, man.
Yeah, make it impossible. Yep. But that's how he's gonna cause all both small and great,
yep,
rich and poor, free and bond to receive that mark, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna cause you. It's all gonna be because basically that's what they did during the. That's why they said it was a test. If you look at what they did during the CV-19, they said no, we can't make you do that. But what they did is they put regulations on the companies and said that they will penalize them if they didn't make it mandatory a thing that they're to do that thing at their job. So technically, the government didn't do it.
Yep.
So pretty much that's what they're going to do again. Technically, the government is not going to make you take the micro C-hip. That's what they were telling you in was it England? Mario England. He said you're going to have a digital ID. If you don't have the digital ID, you don't work. So if you don't work, then what? You don't eat. If you don't work, you eat. You cannot buy or sell, right? Unless he had the mark, right? Which that's just a forerunner, because it's not the mark of the beast, but it's a forerunner of things to come.
Yeah, pressure from beneath, pressure
from above.
I forget there was I forget what it was called, but yeah, that's what they're doing, man. Exactly what they're doing.
This is I got this real quick. It's Isaiah chapter 58, verse 12. It says, and they that be of thee shall build the old waste places, man. And see, and that's us, man. We're having the mindset that we're gonna build the waste places, and it's starting with the elect putting out the word and building, bringing back those bricks. Every believer or every elect is a brick, man. And we're building back the waste places, starting with the people, where people before a place, but the place is actually going to be built back too.
Yeah.
The land, right? She'll build the old waste places. Thou shalt raise up the fountains of many generations. See, talking about the people. See, the fountains of many generations. Saying we're gonna get that hydration. We're gonna get that dawah, that spirit. That you're gonna be an anointing, right? And thou shalt be called the repairer of the breach, and the restorer of the paths to dwell in.
Right. Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to finish this. Amos 9:13. It says, "Behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh about Shem Yoshai, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed. And the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt."
Right.
Ultimately, it's just us going back, okay, having that 100% 100% doctrine, that mindset. That's right, man. And going back to our land.
The new bodies, which is we're gonna automatically be programmed to do everything right. We're never gonna go off.
Everything that this
we'll
man
be gods.
We'll be
gods
gods.
again.
Everything that this man has sowed, he sowed in wickedness, man. So reaped. Everything that he's reaped in wickedness. Because the plowman, that's us as a people. Okay, he's used us, to pretty much. Well, it says, "Woe to him that built the city." That is not his.
Yeah, not his. Yeah.
And by blood. It tells you that in what
Habakkuk 2,
right? Yeah.
2:12. Yeah. Yeah.
I got that. Let's see. You went into it earlier. Let me see. Let me get this real quick. Isaiah 54. Because you said the Lord hid His face from us for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Let me get that. This is Isaiah 54, verse 6. It says, "For the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yoshai had called thee as a woman forsaken and grieved in spirit, and the wife of youth, when thou was refused, saith thy power. You know, so we're basically the Lord divorced Israel, kicked
Right.
Judah out the house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, it says, but for a small moment have I forsaken thee, but with great mercies will I gather thee.
Right.
It says, in a little wrath I hid my face from thee
Right.
for a moment, but with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, see thy Redeemer. It says, for as is the waters of Noah unto me, for as I have sworn that the waters of Noah should no more go over the earth, so have I sworn that I would not be wroth with thee, nor rebuke thee, even though we know there's a judgment coming.
Right.
But hey, the Lord's still going to gather, okay, his people, man, beginning with the elect. It says, for the mountains shall depart, and the hills be removed. See, that's the judgment. It says, but my kindness shall not depart from thee, neither shall the covenant of my peace be removed, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, that hath mercy on thee. So that mercy is going to begin, okay, with the elect on this side. Ultimately, be delivered, go back into the lands. Hey, everything's going to be in perfection. Okay, we're going to have the new bodies. Okay, everything's going to grow the way it's supposed to grow. Okay, Israel's going to be in their right minds, even though there is going to be a judgment coming. But the elect, whoever they may be, they're going to be gathered into the elect. Okay, then all Israel's going to be saved.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Because that's what the Lord's saying. He's going to show that mercy.
That mercy.
Overall. Because what? You know, during the time of well, I guess you could say even before. You know, well, during the time of I would say Cristobal Colon. Well, let's say it that way. Christopher Columbus coming, taking over America, then you know, basically subduing all this place of Gad, then going over to west coast of Africa, bringing in the southern kingdom, and making the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom be oppressed together. Right. The Lord's gonna have that mercy, man.
Right.
It started from that time till now, right? When we were like, the Lord was away from us. You know what I mean? Because you got to think of it during the Byzantine Empire, we knew who we were.
Yeah.
You know, there was a time where we didn't know who we were. This is the worst captivity that we ever experienced, that we didn't even know who we were. That we literally have to come back and tell you that you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native, that you're the Israelites. There was a time that you might have to do that to certain Israelites, but the bulk of Israel wasn't like that. It wasn't so. You know, even though there were Israelites that knew that they were Israelites in time past, but that was just the Lord had given them some type of spiritual insight. But as a bulk, we didn't know who we were. That's the ones the Lord, he turned his face from us.
That's why this has been the worst captivity that we've ever been in, because we didn't know who we were. You know, he that was part of the prophecies. If I can get it,
Yeah.
Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4, and it says, and thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Right.
For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
Serve means slavery.
Right.
Right. Slavery, and then even tributation. When you're a tributor, you're still a slave, right? Because you can go, well, we wasn't slaves like you. You were a tributor, and they had you as slaves. You Native Americans, you Puerto Ricans, you Mexicans, they had you as slaves, right? They just found a slave ship off the coast of Mexico. They were taking you Mexicans into other places of the world. You were slaves just like us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
See, but your whole thing is so fault. You forgot who you were. You forgot that you went through the atrocities that we went through. Right. That's one of the reasons why Mexico was the first place to discontinue slavery. Right, because there was a time where you had a connection to us. Right. That's why the second president of Mexico was a so-called Negro. You
Yeah.
had a connection to it. You knew who we were. But through time, they basically kind of oppressed it. They come and whitewash everything. You know? That's why right now your president is some goddamn Amalek, man. She's a small hatter,
Yeah.
right? See, so then your whole thing is always trying to with the La Raza. How was it?
La raza.
The Viva.
Viva la raza.
Viva. Oh yeah. How to say?
Viva la,
Well, make the nation pure or white or whatever. How
Oh.
they say it.
Oh, I'm not sure.
It's dang, I forgot how they. But basically, they said make our race pure, which basically means to integrate with white people. So that make you pure, right? You know. What they say? Anything browner than a brown paper bag,
yeah.
right?
That time's coming.
You know?
They're gonna shoot first and ask questions
Later, yeah.
You know. But although
Is
we
that more?
on the heritage,
No, on that scripture.
no, that was it on that one. But I got, like I said, there's two sides, to the coin, man. And even though we got discontinued from our heritage, the Lord said what? They're gonna remember themselves,
Right,
the land of their
bethink themselves,
captivities. And I'll get that. This is Baruch 2 verse 30. This is, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they should remember themselves. Coming back to your heritage, man. Having that mindset, that proper mindset. Why? Because the Lord gave you the gift of faith.
Right.
It says, and shall know that I am the Lord, their power. Listen, well, it's going to say it. For I will give them a heart and ears to hear.
Heart, which means lahab is goes into your mind,
The proper mindset.
right? Because your heart that pumps your blood, it pumps blood. So it doesn't know to remember, right?
Yeah.
A heart that pumps blood, there's no memory there.
No.
You know?
It says, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. Calling upon the proper name, man. Yahweh, the name of the Father, and Yahweh Shai, the name of the Son, man. Ain't gonna be calling on Jesus and Allah and Buddha and all that madness. No, they're gonna call upon the proper names. Okay, and Lord willing, that's that remnant right now as the hopeful elect to become, that remnant, man. That very few that's gonna escape. Okay, this destruction that the Lord's gonna bring, man.
Right. Right. That's absolutely true. Right there. I got one real quick.
Okay.
This is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 1. It says, they say, if a man put away his wife and she go from him and become another man's, he shall he return unto her? Right? It's a question. Should he actually go back with her? Because she's already been with some other man.
Yeah.
We know that's adultery, basically.
Yeah.
Should you actually go back with this woman who basically committed adultery, and then when you get back, it's like you're committing adultery. You know what I mean? Should you even go back to her? But it says because really, all adultery is death. So should you go, or should you just put this woman to death? Because ultimately, that's where that this basically explains the Lord having mercy on us, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, we should be put to death.
Yeah.
But for the Lord to basically say, "No, I'm going to wake you back up. I'm going to bring you back to this again. I'm going to have mercy on you," when really He could just put do away with us. You know what I mean? Like He told Moses, "Today, move, so I could do away with them, and I'll bring up another." The Lord could bring up another people, man.
Yeah.
He don't need us. You know what I mean?
No.
And it says, shall not the land be greatly polluted, right? So that ultimately that land, and then we are. This is a polluted state of mind. That's why the scripture says, this is not your rest. It will what? It will greatly pollute you.
Yeah.
Right?
It will
destroy you.
Great destruction.
It will destroy you with a great destruction. And that's in this place you're polluted. Right?
Yeah. I'll grab that real quick for you.
Okay.
This is Micah.
I think it's 3.
3 and
3 and 9. 3 and 6. Or 3 and 9.
I thought it was 3 and 10.
3 and 10. No, it might be 10. Might be 10. 3 and 10.
This is giving me the wrong. You know what? It's doing that again. Last time I did the app, It gave me the wrong. You know what I'm saying? It gives me a whole different. Let me get the other. Salakia. Bear with me. Micah.
7. I know somewhere right now. You know, he finds it.
Or was it 2?
Might be 2. Might be 2. Yeah, 2 and 7. 2.
Yeah,
Two
Salakia.
and 7.
It's Micah 2 and 10.
2 and 10.
It says, "Arise ye and depart,
Yeah.
for this is not your rest, because it is polluted.
Correct.
It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction."
Yeah, yeah, and that's where we're at. Arise ye and depart. See, the Lord's giving you an opportunity to come up out of this, man. A hope,
Yeah.
a hope, and a hopeless.
Yeah.
That's what they said. We have lost our hope.
We have
We're
lost our hope, cut off from our parts.
Come off from our parts. So the place where there's no hope, the Lord said, no, there is hope, right? Was the Lord said, are my arms too short to save?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To the place where there's, hey, man, like it seemed like there's no hope. Hey, there's hope with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, but thou hast played the harlot. See, so when you play, ultimately you play the harlot, you're supposed to get put to death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With many lovers.
Many lovers.
So you should have been killed many times over.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not just one. You should have been killed again and again, many times over. Should you have been put to death, man? All right. With many lovers, yet, wait a minute, wait. There's hope where there's no hope. Yet, return again to me, saith Yahweh. Right? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said, return unto him. So much so, he sent his only begotten son to bridge the gap, man.
Mm-hmm.
He let his only son be bruised and beaten, with his beard ripped off,
Yeah.
spit upon. Bro, that's how much he wants you to come back. I would never let my only begotten son do that. Even if I had a red-headed stepchild, I wouldn't let him die for you niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? You mean you just wouldn't do that? But for the Most High to love us that much, man.
Yeah.
It pleased him to bruise him. It pleased him. Why? Because the elect is going to come back. We're going to be back in that God state, man.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I got something real quick, because you said that. This is Romans 5 verse 8. It says, "But the Most High commendeth his love toward us, in that while we were yet sinners, the Anointed died for us. Much more then, being now justified by his blood, we shall be saved from wrath through him."
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Woo.
Hey man,
Hey,
even
what?
though we were sinners, the Lord still got, Yahweh put his son on the cross, okay, made him a sacrifice, okay, for his people, man. Beginning with the elect, man. Saving those of the elect from the wrath, because the Lord is going to bring that wrath. As the brother mentioned, there's going to be a destruction and there's going to be a salvation. We want to be a part of those that get delivered, man. We don't want to take part in the Lord's wrath. It says a little bit more. It says, "For if when we were enemies, we were reconciled to the Most High by the death of his son."
That's a perfect one. I love that.
It says, "Much more be reconciled, we should be saved by his life."
Reconciliation.
Yeah.
Because what? Oh, matter of fact, didn't it say that too? Almost another one says, "I'm married unto you."
It's in the same chapter.
Oh yes. Okay, I'm gonna go back to because
I believe 14.
Okay, yeah. Let me go down to that. Matter of fact, because that's what reconciliation is.
Yeah.
It says, yeah, you're right, Con. It says Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 14. "Turn, O backsliding children, saith Yahweh, for I am married unto you."
Yeah.
And that's what reconciliation means. Someone who's married, but you're just going to return. You're going to reconcile. You know what I mean? What I read, it talked about, putting her away, like, because she's already had all these different lovers. Instead of putting her away, instead of giving her that bill of divorce, no, we're going to reconcile. And that's ultimately what the Lord did to us.
Right, because in Romans the 7th chapter it says the woman belongs to that man, and to the man it dies. You know what I'm saying? So wait, technically, even though as Israelites we've gone to many lovers, we still belong to the Lord, man. Yeah, He's our husband. He says, I am married unto you, you know?
Right. Right. Yeah, he's married to, which sort of, in a sense, the Lord, it talks about how, when you said, when the husband is dead, you're free to marry another.
Yeah, you're free to marry another.
Well, that happened. Yahushua died.
Right.
He came back, and then that's the marriage. He's the bridegroom.
Yeah.
So we're marrying another, but this time it's built on better. What is that? Better promises.
Better promises. Yeah.
Yeah, you're married.
Yeah.
So that died, but then you're married and you're marrying another. You're free to marry another, which is coming to Yahushua after the order of Melchizedek, right? On a better promises.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
You know?
It's heavy. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and it says, "For I am married unto you, I will take you one of a city, and two of a family." And I will bring you to Zion, right? Like I said, we're people before a place, which it goes into the mentality. Seek ye the old path, your mentality, right? Which is the scriptures. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding first. But eventually the Lord's, He's actually going to deliver us. We're gonna subdue the world, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's going to. I will take you one of a city and two of a family. It's just showing you the how few
narrow, how narrow the path is. Yeah.
There's not gonna be many, man. Not many gonna make it on this side.
Yeah. It says a narrow path. It's a few that find it.
Few that find it.
Right, con. It says, and I will give you there you go. And I will give you pastors according to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's someone who's gonna actually have love for you,
right,
compassion for you, to actually feed you, to nourish you, right? Not be a hireling. When you see things coming, I'm a run. Or, you know what, these people come, and you know what, this is messing up our program. Go ahead and give you this bag and teach a couple of lies.
Right.
Stop using the word Yahushua.
Call him Jesus.
Call him Most High Christ bless, or whatever you want to call him. Just don't use Yahushua. Don't use Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And don't add on Rakak Wadash. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to be that ultimate power. That's what we're doing. We're invoking, we're invoking that spirit, that power. Yeah. Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushua Bahasham Rakak Wadash.
Right? What shows you that there's a spirit that's working.
Right.
It's not a man, it's a spirit that's going forth through the earth.
Right.
Through certain men. Those are the pastors according to what? To the Lord's heart. His mind. The mindset
La'ab.
Of the Lord.
His mindset. Yeah, La'ab, his mindset. Which I shall feed, right? We're feeding you. Feed you with knowledge, not GMO, not food, not snacks and candy. We're not having barbecues and let's go to this Israelite barbecue and have fun and do rap concerts. You know?
Wrestling.
Hey, look what happened to all them dudes that did the rap concert. They all fell off. You not. Yeah, you're done. Right? You're done. Mm-hmm. Right? Allah's are done. All that rapping, all those I'm not surprised with what you call him. What's his name?
They were even doing wrestling, like W wrestling. Goddamn.
I heard the IUIC. Yeah. At a hotel or something.
Yeah, but that's what they were doing, man.
But yeah, and yeah, I'm surprised. What's his name? Zabak, man. You still doing those goddamn what's the things called? Those unity camps, man. You're too old for that, man. You should know better. You're from the actual One West. Why would you be having unity camp with these dudes that don't believe in all the things that you believe in, man? I mean, I know you guys don't really, because was the Wi-Fi don't believe the micro CF, and you don't either.
Yeah, they don't either. Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that's one way you kind of agree.
They don't believe it's a chip.
Yeah, they don't believe it's the micro CF. But Sabak said it very well could be because Sabak goes into it's the entire system, which it is, but be more specific.
Particular, yeah.
Be more particular. Yeah, I like that. Be more particular because the Lord said, "Make it plain upon tables."
Right.
You can't just go, "Oh, it's the system." Well, it is, but let's just tell them exactly what it is. Let's just get to the point. It's an old thing, especially him being such an older guy. They used to say back in the day, so say, "Stop beating around the bush."
Right.
Right. Get to the fucking point already. Yeah. It's the micro C hit.
Yeah, tell them what it is, man. Be plain about it.
Plain, man. We're playing a fucking game, man. That's upsetting, man, to see someone so and because like when I first got to, that's one of the ones, man. That dude, man, he can lay down the precepts, bro. When I first got, that's one of the persons I first seen, and that's when I was like, oh man, what the heck is this? But man, you couldn't ignore the way the way he bring out you be like, damn. This got to be the truth, bro. This,
oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is it, man. They even battling with those people downtown out in New York, and every time he said something, when he said something, the thing will actually happen after he said it. You be like, oh shit, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're doing weird shit, you know. Unity camps with these other people instead of you. Hey man, you better straighten up and start preaching the truth right. You know it's the micro C hip. You know it's the microchip, man. Just say it, man. Just give it to a point. And hey, man, repent, man. No. Nobody has to. You shouldn't have to be told, basically, at this point, man. You know, and all that pride a lot of these people got, like what's his name, Bishop Nate. All the more, you know it's the micro C hip.
Oh yeah.
You might as well just give up your pride. Hey, because when Esau come down, hey, it ain't gonna be a fucking joke, man. They got laser weapons. They got some shit we ain't never fucking seen.
Yeah.
You know?
They were given the sword for no reason.
Microwave guns. You know what I mean? Shit, bro, you ain't ready for that. And so you're not gonna have the Lord defend you when you're talking BS, man. When you're on some nonsense, man. But it says, I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
that's because you get mad when you start thinking about that. Man.
Yeah, because that's the men. That's the men that the Lord set up. So how can they hear? You know, faith cometh by what?
Hearing.
By hearing. How are they going to hear without a preacher?
Right.
So the Lord set up because how are they going to believe on that who they didn't know? Because the majority, we didn't know about Yahweh, about Shemi Oshai.
Nah.
Until we were set up by listening to the correct men.
Right.
Okay, that were given the Spirit.
About the only thing I ever known was the chip. That's the one thing I did know about. Like, that's the one thing the Lord imparted to me, that the chip was the mark of the beast. When I was young, when I was about 16, 17, I knew that the microchip was the mark of the beast. But I didn't know nothing else.
Right.
I didn't know we were Israelites. I didn't know, you know, that there was reincarnation in the Bible. You always thought that was like a heathen thing. You know, someone mentioned reincarnation, you'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's something.
Come back as a bird and all this madness.
Yeah. But when it's broken down, no, you're gonna come back in your lot. You come back as an Israelite, no matter what tribe. It's just long as you're Israel. You'll return. But when you return as Israel, no matter what tribe you return back, you're gonna return in that spirit. You're gonna have the spirit of the seers, of the watchers, of the prophets, man. Right? And the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So that the Lord is bringing that and having those preachers that's according to His mind to come back and teach you, to prophesy, to tell you the thing that's going to happen before it happens, before it befall upon you, right?
Yeah.
You know, because a judgment is coming, man. The Lord is not going to play games, man. Judgment is about to be on a heavy level. In fact, can you get that? Was it the? They forbear to fight, because that's the thing that's about to happen too. That's one thing I keep thinking about when
you want the
they forbear to fight. They because they're was it in Babylon? I think it's Babylon. They forbear to fight. There's their young men forbear to fight.
I think it's Jeremiah. Let me see.
Yeah.
There's one in Zechariah.
Because it talks about that. Yeah. Because
Zephaniah.
Yeah. Because
let me find it.
Because they about to have that. Well, it didn't want to be a draft. Because we were speaking of a draft before. We always said the draft, but now this is, you know, as prophecy goes on, the vision, because we said Scripture says we prophesied through a darkened glass.
in part.
In part, prophesied in part through a darkened glass.
Right.
Something like that. Yeah.
But then
prophesied in part.
it's going to be shown
Matter of
plainly.
fact, let me see.
Yeah.
But then it's going to be shown plainly, and then we know in part. That's
We know
what
in
it says.
part,
We know in part,
prophesied in part.
prophesied in
Yeah.
part. It's lock in. Yeah, we know in part and prophesied in part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and as things go on, you're starting to see it, because when that lady said that, like I was saying earlier, that I was like, oh, that makes more sense, because now you don't gotta go. They don't have to go through Senate. They don't have to go get it passed. They don't have to go get a bill passed. No, they just bring the thing, and now they can just set it up and run everything through them, and then say, hey, look, well, according to the was it IDF, or however they call it, the Israel Defense Force or whatever,
Yeah.
IDF, right? Every citizen has to be in the military. So now they get to, what you spoke about earlier, because this is a melting pot, and you want to be a citizen, that melting pot is going to be all, and you're going to have all these people in the valley of Yehoshaphat, man. Being that, and you're going to actually be a melting pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lord's going to melt you in that land, man.
Yeah, I got that. I got both of them for you.
Okay.
1 Corinthians 13, verse 9, it says, for we know in part, and we prophesy in part.
Right.
It says, but when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away.
Right.
It says, when I was a child, I spake as a child.
Right.
I understood as a child.
Right.
I thought as a child.
Right.
It says, but when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Yeah, and that's like the Zabak, man. You're supposed to be in this truth, man. You're supposed to put away childish things. You know, a child beats around the bush.
Yeah.
You know, hey, what do you want? Man, what do you want?
Yeah.
Nah, man, say what you want. And what can I have? No, say it. Hey, it is what it is. Hey, it's the microchip, man.
Yeah.
You got to be afraid.
Yeah.
It's not just the microchip. Can't say they're not using it, because people are actually buying and selling with it now. Shit, come on now.
Yeah.
It's irrefutable, and they're already doing a lot of little things like I got a Sam's Club membership. They just opened up a new Sam's Club over in Tempe, but this Sam's Club don't have any cashiers.
Damn.
So basically,
Setting it up.
yeah, they're setting it up. Don't have any cashiers, and so basically, when you go in there to shop, you have to put your debit card in the app, in the Sam's Club app, and when you go in there, you buy it off your app on your phone.
It's crazy.
So they already they're grooming you,
Conditioning.
conditioning you,
Yeah.
grooming you
Yeah.
to all those things.
Yeah,
So
they've been conditioning you, but it's
It's
becoming
getting
more
more conditioned. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're showing
Yeah.
you, hey, look how easy this is. Which it is. Like, I go in there and I go grab something, or like they have a deli, right, place where they like a cafe,
Yeah.
and you can walk in and you press on the cafe, and you hit the thing, and it orders it, and then by the time you walk down that way, your thing is already done, and you already paid for it. So all they do is push it on the counter, and you grab it and walk away.
Mm-hmm.
It's already paid for, everything done, cooked, everything.
They're making it seem like it's something that, something good,
Yeah. I mean, it is actually good, but they rather use it in a wicked
They're using
fashion.
a wicked way.
They're gonna use it in a wicked way, right? To oppress you,
Mm-hmm.
right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the scriptures say, oppress a man in his house, even in a man in his heritage. Because now they're gonna use it saying you can't use your religion to say no,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah. Right. I'll read the last verse. Well, this verse 12. It says, "For now we see through a glass darkly,
Okay, that's the part I was
Yeah.
thinking of. Yeah.
but then face to face. Now
Right.
I know in part, but then shall I know even as also I am known." Let me read it in the NLT.
Right.
It says,
yeah.
"Now we see things imperfectly, like puzzling reflections in a mirror.
Right.
But then we will see everything with perfect clarity.
Right. See, and that's as time go on. You know what I'm saying that the Lord said he set it for an appointed time. So as it's far off, it seems like it's not clear. But as the appointed time comes, it's almost like a person. You be like, damn, that looks like so and so. But as they far away, and then the person comes closer and closer, closer and closer. You either say, oh, that is so and so, or you say, oh, that's not him. It just kind of looked like it from far away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you be like, oh, that I knew that, but you was a little far away. But now that you're close, I know exactly that it's you. And that's what's happening. We're seeing as things happen, we're seeing exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's clear. It's clear.
It's
We
more
know
clear.
it's a chip.
It's the chip.
Yeah.
And we're seeing things because then people might be like, you guys used to teach this and used to say, yeah, we might have said this, but as times come and we're seeing it clear, we're not changing the overall, but we're seeing, oh well, it looks like it's more towards this because they just passed this executive bill. So obviously you got to say what it is. You're making it plain upon tables. You got to say whatever executive bill is passed, whatever thing that you got to say it based on that. I'm not going to keep giving you old information, you know?
Right. The doctrine hasn't changed. It's just, there's adjustments.
It's adjustments, yeah.
Right. As the Spirit, brings things more clear.
Right.
It says, all that I know now is partial and incomplete, but then will I know everything completely.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what's actually what's happening.
Yeah.
But we're not going from was it how did he go from we're not going from saying Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai or Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to saying Most High Christ blessed.
No.
That's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not having 4 different breakdowns for the microseah, right? We're not going from teaching that hell is a condition.
Now
Now it's literal.
Yeah.
That's a far-fetched thing. Now something's wrong. It's a metal knot with a man that's given to change. That's too much change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's big. That's one spectrum over into another.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're basically going back to plantation Christianity.
Yep.
You know, like you said, it's basically Christianity with a Hebrew twist.
Right.
Just because you come and some you got a reader, but what's his name does that now? What's his name? God dang it.
You're talking about?
The black dude, the preacher, the one that.
Oh, okay. I know you're talking about.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now we started. He ended up have his dude read for him and all that stuff. See, I mean
Jennings.
Yeah. Jennings.
I forget his first name.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that motherfucker. Bro.
Yep. It says just as the Most High now knows me completely.
Right.
And I also get the other one in Jeremiah.
Right, because he's the Lord knows your heart. You're truly have compassion for the people, man.
He knows your intentions.
He knows your intentions. You know that you're going to actually feed the flock, and you're actually willing to lay down your life for the flock. You're not just going to, throw it out there so you can be popular, so you can have 2 and 3 wives.
Mm-hmm.
If you have 2 or 3 wives, then well. But the Lord said, those that are married be as if they're not married.
Right, they had no wives.
As if you had no wife. So this thing got to be, hey, I tell the truth no matter what, even if I got to be taken off from the land of the living for the truth's sake.
Yeah.
Right? The Lord speaks about martyrs.
Yeah.
Right? And when you even go into that word martyr goes into the word witness.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody say they have a witness. You have a testimony. You're a witness. Well, a witness is a martyr.
Right.
Which it makes sense when you look into that word. Because guess what happens? Say it's some big mafia family and they got all this money and they're mafia and they're these murderers, and you seen the mob boss unalive somebody, but you're the witness. What do they put you in? Witness protection.
Yeah.
Right? So what does that mean? They're willing to unalive the witness.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's us. They're willing to unalive us because we're the witness that the works are evil, right? Right? That's what the Lord said. That the works thereof are evil in this world. So we're telling them, right? We're saying that, hey man, we what's a matter of fact, this is the one. Let's talk about we saw it to Ezekiel, was it 9?
Oh, sign cry for,
Sorry,
9 and 4. Yeah.
4. Yeah, Ezekiel 9 and 4. 9 and 4. It says, and it says, and Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, like I said, where people before placed, and set a mark, right? Which that mark is the Tawah, right?
Mm-hmm.
An exemption, right? Which actually goes into the spirit too, the unction, spirit, the anointing.
Yeah, that's smearing.
The smearing.
Special smearing.
The special smearing, man. That's that anointing. That right? And it says that you know all things. See? And that's the Lord setting up a teachers after his own heart. You know the things to teach. You know? It says, set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. See, and that's what we're doing. We're saying that all the abominations that be done in the midst of Babylon the Great and what there is and what's going on, and we're a witness to this. But see, Satan is like a so-called black woman. He don't want to take accountability, man. There's no accountability for Esau Edom, man. Which that's what it rubs off on the black woman, man, and then the rest of you women.
Yeah.
Right?
All the
Since the
tribes.
woman, yeah, because the black woman's the head tribe.
Mm-hmm.
So it basically, when she does, it trickles down to everybody. You know how you know that? It was so crazy when what's his name, Monique spoke about the bonnets, and then these black women bucked up against it and really started wearing their bonnets, and that whole thing is so out of control. You got men wearing bonnets. I've seen even the Northern Kingdom started wearing bonnets.
I've seen it, brother. You know how I coach, the wrestling. The wrestlers were doing. We told them they take their shit off, man.
Yeah.
Come in a tournament
Yeah.
like that, man.
Yeah. We're showing that she's the head tribe.
Yeah.
Just like when Judah do something.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everybody start doing it. You know what I mean?
What are you
Show-
doing with that on? Take that.
Yeah.
Take it off.
The boys and the men and even the other tribes. You have. I see a Mexican kid over there with he had a bonnet on.
Yeah, no, this was Issachar too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Showing up like that. I said, what are you wearing, man?
But it shows you about when you read that, you like, dang. See the scriptures. Hey, you start seeing it, man.
Yeah.
You see it's real. It shows that they're the head. That Judah is the head tribe, man. It really does trickle down to the other tribes, man.
Yeah.
That's why it's gonna be so imperative and so good that Yahweh Shai is gonna be that head that we're gonna look at, and everybody's gonna get. You're gonna be righteous, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna, the Lord is an austere man, and it's gonna be, you're gonna be righteous and you're gonna be serious. And if not, you're gonna get put to death, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll come back righteous. You're gonna get right one way or another.
One way or another. Yeah.
Right? It says, set a mark upon the forehead of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. It's like it. I already said that. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I just got you.
Oh,
The
yeah, the other
Born
one?
to Fight. You still want that one?
Yeah, come on.
Are you done with that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
That's the point. Okay.
That was just a
Jeremiah 51:30. It says, "The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight."
Right. See, because what's going to happen is World War III is about to come, and our people don't know what's going on. Yeah. And our people don't know what's going on. They're in this mirthful. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're in this spirit of mirth.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But go ahead.
It says, "They have remained in their holds; their might has failed. They have become as women."
Right. See.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because all them, it's gonna be a scary time, man.
That's the thing.
It's gonna be a time like no other, as the scripture says.
Mhm.
You know, it's not gonna be a joke. But guess what? You're gonna have a choice because you don't know what time you're in. You don't know to lean on Yahweh Basham Yahushai.
Yeah.
while he could be found. You know what I mean?
Incapacitated.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you only knew what was going on, a lot of you would hey man, like the apostle said, it should be a camp on every corner, on every street, all the way up and down every place in Babylon. And then they'll really be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
They'll really be afraid, because then they'll know. Because the Lord will come like that, man. The Lord will come like that and deliver us out of this madness. But we know a lot of it ain't gonna happen, you know, because the Lord set it up that way too.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah.
Because a lot of you need your judgments, yeah. Because
it's written already.
Yeah. They have a judgment that has to, because they're set for that appointed judgment. Your reservations is already in there in the books. Your reservations is there. But
it says they have burned their dwelling places, their bars are broken. You know, going into what the destruction day that Lord gonna send upon this place. You know,
right.
These men, they ain't gonna want to fight. You know,
no. Hell no, you ain't gonna want to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be so crazy, so much death. Like I said, there's gonna be weapons pulled out that we have never seen before. You know what I mean? Most people probably never even seen anyone be shot by a gun before, let alone see what a fucking laser gun would do and rip a hole through somebody's body and burn a hole through them like that, and smell the smell of the burning flesh, and then have all the dead bodies that's gonna be laying on the ground like dung upon the ground, man.
Yeah.
We've never seen that. You know, we're pampered over here in America. You know, we never seen the stuff that they have over there in those other countries, where they're always end up digging their dead relatives under rubble and holding the dead bodies and crying, and man, you know, we never seen that. So like when that whole Twin Towers thing happened, even before I was in the truth, I was just like, hey, that was bound to happen. How many times are you gonna go over there and shoot that thing, and then people are walking down the street with their dead son or their dead daughter or their dead mother or grandmother holding in their hand crying, and then there's no repercussions or anything done to you. Eventually something's gonna happen, even though that was self-inflicted.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They blamed it on that.
They blamed it on them, but still, if it was them, could you really be mad? I mean, how much can a person take?
Yeah.
This is why Iran right now, since they're in that position, they're not letting up.
No, you pretty much took out their spiritual leader, man. You know.
You know.
Yep.
That's why. That's why they're not even they're not gonna let up. They said no, we don't want no ceasefire. We don't want no peace talks.
Mm-mm.
You know. Now you got talks of China and Russia joining in, because they were saying that Ukraine war with Russia, they shot down one of those tankers. Ukraine did, which is basically going to end up involving China now. So now it actually is a world war. So now you're going to end up having China and Russia, and so now you're actually in a world war now.
Yeah, and then I guess some of those, I guess a missile had killed some people in Poland. You hear about that? So,
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah. So now NATO's, looking into it, man. So yeah, this is heating up, man. It's gonna get hot. It's already hot. It's gonna get hotter.
Is that a what's it called, a NATO?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. NATO alliance. Yeah. See. Yeah. So things that's the Lord, man. He's about to pull them all into this thing, and saying we're so close. See?
Yeah.
But I got one real quick. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 18. For because of their pride, right? That's you Jakes, man. You so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. You have a lot of pride, right? Pride. The cities shall be troubled. See? Because your pride, whatever city you in Babylon the Great, or even in the world, you're going to be in trouble, man. Right? This is ultimately Jacob's trouble. See? And that's what we come out here to teach you. We come out to give, run and tell the correct message.
Right.
Because it ain't our thing, you know. It ain't our message. It's the Lord's message.
Yeah.
But we're gonna tell you whether you hear or forbear, right? And we're willing to die for it, right? We're martyrs. We're witnesses. And we're willing to die for this if necessary, you know, because that's what a witness would do, you know. You gotta get these degenerates off the streets, out of the world, right? Because or else they'll continue on and to what avail? What do you really get out of this besides more wickedness, right? To the point we got YNs now, and they don't have no allegiance to anything. They never even been to church. At least like on our generations, you still had gangsters and things, but they've been to church a couple of times. They have some type of spiritual things. You know, there's certain things they wouldn't, levels they wouldn't go to just because they had a upbringing in the church or something. Even though church is off, but it still gives you, still a lot of principles, correct principles there. But these YN, their mother never took them to church. Now I ain't gonna take my kids to church. Cause my grandma, they used to take me to church every day. I go to church Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. And so you got these emotional, degenerate children with finger paint on their fingerprints and all different type of hair colorings, ready to shoot their pistol at everything with no idea of God, not even the false identity of God. They don't know shit.
No.
They just know to get emotional and shoot guns.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a judgment coming, and that's why a lot of people ain't going to get it. But those who do get it, which is the elect, hey, we're telling you this is Jacob's trouble, so wake up. It says that, and says their cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Yeah.
So I'm going into what you brought up earlier, right? The men are going to be afraid, man. So how much more is it to this, man? Men are going to be afraid. Go ahead.
No, I was it on that.
Okay. Jeremiah 50.
Yeah.
And,
where you going?
Yeah, I was going to do Jeremiah 50.
Another one.
Jeremiah 50. Oh, you can do that one. I'm just doing this other one. Okay. I'm just going Jeremiah 50 and 52. Says sound. It said a sound of the battle in the land. See, and that's what's going to be happening, man. It's going to be a sound of the battle in the land, right before the missiles hit, right? Because the one scripture is Isaiah that talks about how it should not be with garments rolled in blood and a lot of noise. But before that, it is going to be some noise, you know. It's going to be a sound of battle in the land, right? Race wars, famine, right? Which is food wars, or like I said, or the lack of thereof, lack of the food. You're going to be warring. You're going to be fighting each other. You're going to be all disarrayed. Yeah. Right. Matter of fact, I just seen a video my wife sent me of some Edomite lady saying Trump is going to go for 2028, which supposedly he can't do it. He already served his 2 terms, but they want him to serve another term. And then she said that she feels like everything is going. This Edomite woman says she feels like civil war is on the horizon.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man.
Yeah, so you're gonna have the civil wars, right? And this is a dumb Edomite chick, man. So you know something's about to happen. And great destruction. See, that's what's about to happen, man. Great destruction. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become the desolation among the nations? And saying that's going to be part of how you become. That's how that infighting, right? The infighting is going to allow you to be destroyed. I'm going to skip down to 25, Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 25, and it says, how Yahweh have opened his armory, right? And that's all these nations. They all got nuclear capabilities now, right? Even Iran.
Yeah.
right? Which is Persia, right? Which is biblical, right? That's part of the one of the key components to this biblical prophecy that's coming to pass, right?
Right.
In
Really,
Ezekiel,
yeah,
Ezekiel 38,
Right. These are the Lord's missiles, man.
right?
I had created the Smith.
That blow up the coal,
That
yeah.
would blow up the coals to bring forth the instrument of death, man. Roughly paraphrasing.
Right,
You know, the waster to destroy. You know.
Right. Absolutely. It says Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Karbadash has opened his armory and have brought forth his weapons.
Yeah, there is weapons. Yeah. Done.
Yeah. Of his indignation, for this is the work of the One, power the Most High of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans, which is talking about America, right?
Yeah.
This place where they got all this witchcraft.
Yeah, modern day warlocks.
Modern
man.
day warlock, witchcraft, and madness, right? It says, come against her from the uttermost borders. Hey, and where's Russia? Russia's in the uttermost borders, right? You're gonna hit arrows. It talks about that in 2nd Ezra 16. Arrows from the ends of the world. You can't shoot an actual arrow. You can't take a bow and arrow. You can get the most expensive bow and arrow you can ever buy, and you're never going to be able to pull that and shoot that arrow to the end of the world.
No.
You're not going to do it. So what arrow was it talking about? Nukes, right? Even they had that movie called Broken Arrow, which is about a stolen nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Which they know that even that mentions that them mentioning that, they know that is arrows, man.
Yeah.
It's an arrow, broken arrow,
Yeah.
right? It says, come against her, what you're talking about, Babylon, America, right? From the uttermost borders, open her storehouses, cast her up, her heaps, and destroy her utterly, right? And the storehouses mean what? There ain't going to be any food,
No.
right? There ain't going to be no food. People are going to be doing rationing out food, and there still ain't going to be enough, right? You know, it says, let nothing of her be left. Hey, don't let anything be left of this place, man.
No.
So World War III isn't going to happen. It says, slay all her bullocks, right? Which is your tough guys, all these tough guys, right? Let them go down to the slaughter. Woe, which means judgment, unto them, for the day is come. What? The time of their what? Visitation.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing when you go to a restaurant? You're actually visiting.
Yeah.
You're visiting the restaurant. So the time, right, that your appointment is there, your reservation, you're there to visit them for a time. So the time of your visitation, hey, and that's your destruction. It says the voice of them that flee away out of the land of Babylon to declare in Zion the vengeance of, see, the voice, and that's us, that's BS. The voice, it's in Babylon, declaring in Zion, declaring the vengeance of Yahweh, the vengeance of his temple.
Yeah.
It's people, man. It's people, right? We're taking vengeance upon you. You got that one?
Which one?
The one you had. Did you have
This is Zephaniah. It's going in with that real quick.
Oh, I got one more. Let me
Okay.
see. It says, call together the archers
Yeah.
and get against Babylon, right? It's the daughter of Babylon, which is America. All ye that bend the bow. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Okay. It says, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. See, and that's that fear, that great fear is going to happen here, but you're going to have that great fear over in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat too.
Right.
When all your military goes over there, man. That's World War III is happening. So these are like the signs that's happening. That's occurring. It says a recompense, right?
Yeah. Payback, man.
Repayment.
Big payback.
Recompense her according to her work, right? And your works has been robbed, steal, and killed throughout the entire world. It says that even in Habakkuk, how you're not a keeper at home, and that's what the military has done. You've never been a keeper at home. You've been in these forever wars, all these wars. 20-year war against the Taliban, you lost. 20 some odd years in Desert Storm, however long you was there for the Desert Storm. You know, the Iraq war, Kuwait war.
Yeah.
I mean, you go on and on. Iraq, Kuwait, Vietnam, South Korea. Like, bro,
Yeah.
all you do is war, man. You know? And it says, so that's your works. So guess what? What it says? Thus with violence, that great city shall be thrown down.
Yeah.
Right. So that's all you ever had is violence. It says, according to all that she have done, do unto her, for she have been proud against Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel. Man, you've been proud against Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, and against his people, man. Right? For us to come out here and say who we are, and you know that we know the truth, and then you try to spin it and throw a basically an insult to injury by calling us black. Black Hebrew Israelites, right? Go ahead.
This is Zephaniah 1 and verse 14. I'm reading NLT. It says, that terrible day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is near. Swiftly it comes. A day of bitter tears, a day when even strong men will cry out. It says it will be the
Right.
yeah.
Go to they're gonna be afraid.
Yeah,
Even
be afraid.
men are gonna be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
You can turn into women, man. You're gonna be scared.
Yeah, what did Jeremiah say? As far as even before that, during Jacob's trouble, why do I see every man with his hands on his loins,
right? Like a woman in travail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says it will be a day when the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's anger is poured out, a day of terrible distress and anguish, a day of ruin and desolation, a day of darkness and gloom, a day of clouds and blackness. This is a day of trumpet calls and battle cries, down to the walled cities and the strongest battlements. You know, it's going into what the basically the military, man. You know, there's going to be no opportunity for these devils to fight back, man, because they're really going to be fighting against the Lord. Although these countries going to be launching those warheads, really it's the Lord doing it, man, because these are the Lord's missiles. This is His recompense, man, against this place. It says
because goes into what? Yeah, because this what it say. The world is a stage. You know, and when you go into what is it? Theater. The person is Theos, right? which is a god.
Yeah.
You know, the director is the Theos. He directs everything like a god, He makes the story be happy, and that's what Yahweh is. He's gonna make this theatric, man. That's why when we get, Lord willing, we're part of that number, getting saved right as the missiles are hitting. You know, you're gonna have that triumphant victory. You know, you ever see that in the movies when the house blow up in the background, the dude's walking. Those things be dope. Yeah, that's pretty much what the Lord's doing. You know, heroic save.
Yeah.
You know, saving you right in that moment. You know.
Yeah. It says, because you have sinned against the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will make you grope around like the blind. Your blood will be poured into the dust,
right,
and your bodies will lie rotting on the ground.
Right, going into the curses that were upon us, we're going to come upon them, because that's what the Lord said about us, that we were going to grope at noonday,
right,
as a blind man, or one that gropeth in the night. We're going to be groping at noonday. You know, noon is when the sun is at the highest point.
Yeah.
So the sun, you should be able to see. But no, you're going to be groping. And so that's showing that the curses will come upon you. Now you don't know what's going on. You're completely confused. Right?
It says, your silver and gold will not save you.
Right. See?
on the day of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yoshia's anger.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because it ain't gonna save you. Because
No.
when everything is all said and done, when the chariots and everything is out there, and people are fighting, you know, they're not worried about the silver and the gold. Matter of fact, when it comes to Russia, you the one who did the economic hitman against Russia. That's why they went down in the time that they did during the Cold War.
Yeah.
So you have the right man in office or ruling over Russia, which is Putin. He was around in the time when that happened. He know what it felt like, and he knew what you got. He know what you guys did. That's why he mentioned about nothing better not happen to his economy. If you do something to his economy, he gonna shoot the missiles anyway. This is why he set things up where he have a dead man switch. If anything happened to him, the missiles get shot anyway. He has that old vengeance that which says do unto her as she has done.
Yeah.
Esau had a vengeance. Esau had a vengeance against Jacob ultimately, but really against the whole nations, because why? They were at the bottom. They were the bowers. They were mad that they were upset that they were all the way at the bottom. They were the peasants. They're all the way. So they took vengeance not just on Jacob, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, right? Judah and Ephraim, right? They took on the world, man.
Yeah.
They were
Everybody.
mad. That's why they said. That's why it talks about he that puffeth that at his fellows.
Yeah.
Because he's mad
More
at everybody.
stout than his fellows.
More stout than his fellows. Yeah.
Right. It says he put them to them all people.
Yeah. That's why he's doing that, because he's mad. He was mad that he was poor. So now that he's trying to use his power. Here he puffed back at all, even his allies. That's what Trump was doing.
Mm-hmm.
J.D. Vance was just doing that. They say he was talking crap to their allies. But see, but you're not gonna have no help in the end.
Go ahead. It says, for the whole land will be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. He will make a terrifying end of all the people. It says on the earth, but really it's going into the land, which is this land.
Yeah, America,
Yeah.
Babylon the Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and Israel got to get destroyed too, man.
Yeah, but it's not gonna get wiped out like America. But yeah,
Yeah.
and other places too gonna get hit. Like,
Mhm.
of course, because America has their things to hit China and Russia, and they're gonna get hit. But the main place of the Lord's indignation is here in America.
Yeah.
Right? So this is Ezekiel chapter 38 and 3, and say, thus saith the outer one, power of the Most High Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, right? And that goes to what the Lord is even against Russia, right? You know, when you go into the chief is Rosh, and prince is Shar, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you know it's Russia. Yeah, Russia, right? It says of Meshach and Tubal, right? Which you know that to be Japhet, but
Japheth's
that's not.
lands.
But that's not Japhet. Those are Edomites there now.
Yeah.
They took on
They took the lands.
They took the lands. So the Lord's just calling them after that land, right? Because He know who they are. That's why the Lord spoke of Esau and called him Ashdod, right? Right. Ashdod was actually a place from I think it was Ham. Ham had Ashdod, but it's along that region of Israel. I think if you look that up, I think it was Hamites, if I'm not mistaken, that had Ashdod.
They consider there's going to be
But it's in that land of Israel, because remember I believe
bastard which shall dwell in that.
Ashdod, yeah. But in that land is Israel, because we were supposed to push everybody out. But remember, Israel didn't push everybody out. They kind of kept. There were some people that were.
Yeah, it was a Philistine city.
Right. Yeah. See, and then we didn't push everybody out the way we supposed to. Mm-hmm. That's why we always battled against the Philistines, because they were close. But we end up being even King David. King David spent some time chilling with the Philistines. They had to kick him out.
Yeah.
Because he was like, yeah, you know,
You
we're
can't
going
fight
to
with
war
us.
with your
Yeah,
period.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
going with your people. We don't know if you're gonna jump us
Turn
from
us, yeah,
behind.
turn on us, yeah.
Yeah. So you know, he said, what? I haven't did anything bad to you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm doing good. You know.
Yeah.
But they just, hey, they're smarter than a lot of you niggas, man. You know what I mean? Joining hand in hand with your oppressor, man. Going somewhere to some freaking island out, some freaking where with a bunch of Edomites, man, thinking nothing's gonna happen to you, man. And hey, you get what you get exactly what you deserve, man. Thinking you could be the token, you the one token, Jake, man. Well, you see what happened to goddamn O.J. Simpson. As soon as they thought he did something else, you know, they turned against him. You know.
Yeah.
What's the name? What's his name? Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
They turned on him as soon as he talked about owning his own TV company. You know,
They didn't want him to do that.
They didn't want him to do that, so they turned on him. You know.
Yeah. So as soon as Jake start coming up, they knock it down, man.
Yeah. It says, and I will turn thee back, right, to the USSR mentality, right? You had the Cold War, and the Lord's going to turn them back, and that, like I said, that dude was Putin is a perfect because he was a KGB in that time, so he has a what they call it, a stake in this. He has a real emotional attachment to what's going on.
Yeah.
Right? So if anything happened, you know he's willing to go there, man.
Yeah.
That's why he's telling you that.
He's gonna take it to that
He's
level.
gonna take it to that level. And I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with buckler and shields, right? So you know your modern day shields and things are what you have, these bulletproof vests. You got these tanks. You got the different missiles, anti-attack missiles.
Yeah.
Right. That's like the armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, these nations, man, they're getting ready. I mean, they're like it tells you in when it says that turn your
Plowshare.
your plowshares into
Joel.
Yeah, Joel. Yeah, into pruning hooks, man. But turn your pruning hooks, into really basically they're just setting themselves up with weapons of mass destruction, man. You know, so they can have that arsenal, to be able to fight, man. You know.
Yeah. Can you look at that? What I was saying about that Holocaust, what that means?
Okay.
I think that's what it means, is to make sure. But that's ultimately what's going to happen, man. And it says, even a great company with buckler and shields, and all of them handling sword. The modern day sword is the gun, right? Ultimate, all the way to the missiles. Those are swords, man. Instruments of death, man.
Yeah, I got it.
Right.
It says the word Holocaust means a great destruction or slaughter on a mass scale, usually by fire.
Right. Yeah. See. That's how I found out about that. Yeah. Holocaust mean by fire, and that's what's going to happen to America. It's going to be a great fire, but also in the Middle East, because it talks about Yahweh Shai shooting that concentrated fire from the chariot, the laser from the chariot down to that army, and then you're gonna have a Holocaust. You have a real Holocaust.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be no fake one.
Not gonna be a fake one.
Yeah. You're not gonna be able to say this and that, and then you're not gonna be able to collect so-called reparations on it either. Mm-hmm. You're going into slavery, man. Mm-hmm. It says Persia, which is Iran, right? So showing you where we're at. Persia, Ethiopia, right? Which a lot of those Ethiopians have joined unto Russia right now. They're actually willing to help. They're willing to help block the Red Sea with the Yemens, with the people of Yemen, right? And Libya with them, right? Is those people from Yemen related to those people in Lebanon? Or see if you can see if the people of Yemen are the Lebanon or whatever. I think they're related. So that actually kind of makes sense too. I think, but I'm not sure. Or if they got, or maybe they just got some religious practices that's similar, or they're in that same region too. But yeah, it says Persia, Ethiopia, Libya with them. Oh, you found it?
Well, it just says the people of Yemen and Lebanon are related broadly as fellow. It says Arabs, so-called Arabs, and members of the Middle East and North Africa region. It says, but they have a distinct genetic, historical, and geographical background.
Okay, well, because that's what it is. But they have the same religious thing, and they live in the same geological area, which still means they probably mingled. I mean, if we're scattered amongst each other and things like that, it's a great chance they've done a couple little things here and there. It's just not well known. Like, oh yeah, these people and they're joined together. So they're probably scattered amongst them a little bit here and there. But so from Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya, with them, all of them with shield and helmet. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna leave it right there. Go ahead. You got something?
Nah.
Shield and
Joel.
helmet.
Yeah. Oh, you wanted me to do that, Joel?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. Yeah, because you said these nations, well, just going into that, right? They're getting ready for that battle. The book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 9, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, all the men of war draw near, let them come up. It says, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
And that's what's happening. With Iran, Iran's a small place compared to America. Yeah. America spent all that time sending them the biggest, baddest army, but then they getting handled, manhandled by Iran, which is Persia, right? They getting manhandled, man. Right? Even so much as they're shooting those bases in those Gulf countries, right? They're taking blow by blow, taking out all those Gulf countries that basically allowed America to have a base in them, which they didn't allow it. America had war with them and then put their bases there.
Yeah.
You know, you would think that would give them an advantage, but all that stuff, all that preparing and having that as bases, it you haven't been able to use that as an advantage at all. You know, you had plenty of years. Like, you had to think of, when was the Gulf War? Long time ago. 90s, yeah. So you had all that time to make sure when you went into to rush into Iran that you were going to have everything you needed to have to evade Iran the proper way. And that was more than 20 years ago. You're talking 30 years ago now. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You had 30 years to plan for them, but guess what? That's what they said they were doing.
Yeah, they were preparing.
They were preparing. They said they took the 30 years. They said they were preparing for this to happen.
They knew it was going to come.
They knew it was coming. Right?
Yep. I'll keep going.
Yeah.
Well, 3 and verse 11, it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Yahweh Bashim Hoshai. It says, let the heathen be wakened and come to the valley of Yehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
That's the point. Hey, that's what you're going. You're going into World War III. And these troops are gonna, your children are, and even these people, because pretty soon they're gonna do that, forgot what it's called. Apostle Har keep always bringing it up, about how they reinstate those military men. So you're gonna have old military men that's all the way back into their 60s and things, you know, because that's what Ukraine ended up having to do.
Yeah.
They ran out of so many men. They were starting to go into a man 60 You were the men 16 years old doing in war, but they didn't care. They needed the bodies. You know, they needed someone. Whew.
Yeah, and the mighty ones, because the angels are working on the minds of these leaders, man.
Right.
You know, ultimately, so they can have that mindset of war. You know, turn their weapons. Turn their farming. You know, the money they use for farming, agriculture, to what? To buy weapons.
Right, because it's those angels. Because it talks about the Zechariah 6. It says that there's 4 angels go to and fro, holding back the destruction.
In Revelation says that too, yeah.
Yeah, in Revelation says it too.
7th
Yeah,
chapter, yeah.
Yeah. So that's those same angels that's going into the mind of the people to bring in basically being fanners to World War III.
Yeah.
Going into the minds of the people, causing the war things to happen. You know.
He says, let the weak say I'm strong. Because a lot of these nations, they were weak. They didn't have the same military might, you know, that so-called America has. Even today, they're not gonna, you know, because so-called America is it has a great military might, man. But these nations, they got those weapons. It says,
and it equals the playing field.
Yeah, it equals the playing field. It says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow. It says, for their wickedness is great. You know?
Yeah. It's at a point in time your wickedness has got to that level that now it needs to be judged. You can't live around it.
It says multitudes in the valley of decision,
right.
but the day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is near in the valley of decision.
Right.
You know? Yeah. It says in the NLT that there the day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai will soon arrive. You know?
Call Layum Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
Allah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Wada Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
Yeah.
Man, hey, the day that the Lord will appear. Hey, we looking for that day, man. Right? Whether you hear or forbear, Jake.
Yeah.
Whether you understand or not, you don't know what time you're living in, man. Yeah. All praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. It says, you good?
I guess.
Okay. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 43. But the day of doom, come on now. Hey, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time.
Right.
And that's what we just talk about,
destruction, man.
That's the day that the Lord is coming. The day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of immortality. See, that's when we live. That's when we're truly gonna live.
That's where we live, man. With the new bodies.
The new bodies. We're truly gonna have life.
In the twinkle of an eye, that should be changed.
You don't know what's going on. So hey, we're ecstatic about this situation, this time period. You know, we need that because our bodies are, man. These bodies are done for, bro.
Oh shit.
Right? You know, for to come, wherein corruption is past, right? And I want to bring this out because I mentioned earlier about how the Lord said to put wickedness out from Israel, man. So you got to put it tells you to take them outside the city, and technically that's what the Lord said He's going to do to them. He said, I'm going to, what, did you get that? I'll lead the northern army out.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? We said, I'll lead the northern army out. So that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take them out the city and then stone them, right? You know what I mean? So you can remove wickedness out from among the people, and then you have an example of what not to do, and then it puts fear on people, and they go, "Oh, damn!" You know what I mean?
They're gonna see this destruction.
Yeah, they're gonna see that destruction, and people gonna go, "Oh, damn! They really got judged. Those Israelites were really saying that." Now they ain't gonna say the black Hebrews. They're gonna say those Israelites telling the truth.
Yeah, I got it.
Right.
Well, 2:20 it says, "But I will remove far off from you the northern army."
Yeah, see, you have to remove them outside the city, right? Which the city, like I told you, is Babylon, right? The daughter of Babylon. You have to move them out of the city. so you could stone them. So then that's what the Lord's going to do. He's going to allow them to get destroyed by Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Right? That concentrated power and each other. They're going to destroy each other, but then Yahweh Shai is going to come and do the cleanup, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, but I will remove far from off from you. I'll read it again. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate.
Right. And that's the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, man. Right? Why this place being a harlot, right? And it tells you if a priest's daughter be a harlot, to burn her, to burn her alive. And then that's what this place is. It's sort of in the left hand side, you're a priest's daughter, right? Because you deal with your left hand priesthood.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So your daughter is a whore, so she's gonna have to die. She's gonna have to pay for her sins, man. This place is filled with wickedness, man. Right?
Yep. It says, with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the uttermost sea, and his stink shall come up,
Right. See.
and his ill savor, which
Right.
is smell,
Yeah.
shall come up, because he had done great things.
Right, and that's the same thing it says in 2nd Esdras 13. Nothing left but dust and smell of smoke.
Right.
The stink should
Yeah.
come up, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I'll grab this too. Revelation 18 and 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone,
God.
and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and should be found no more.
Right.
See, that's speaking about the missiles, man. Okay, that that so-called America will be destroyed. Okay, the nations over there
the nations
that are
and the
fighting
Northern Army.
in Yahweh Shaphat,
Right.
they're gonna be destroyed as well, man.
The Northern Army going to be sent away, and so
Yeah.
you got to send their ass away and destroy them.
Mhm.
And this place got to be destroyed. You got to get put on fire, man.
Yeah.
You didn't did too much, man. Right?
Yeah.
You know, it says I'm gonna continue on 2nd Esdras 7 and 44. For intemperance is at an end.
Yeah.
Can you look up that word intemperance?
Yeah, it means not to be have no dang it, what is it?
I'll just look it up.
Yeah. No discipline. But let me look it up.
Yeah. Already.
Yeah, means lacking self-control,
Yeah.
showing extreme emotion or actions, and being unmoderate.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, you have no discipline, man.
Because this place, people just move
They
off
do whatever
of
they
impulse.
want. Yeah.
Yeah, they move on
No
impulse.
self-control.
No self-control, and that's how America is. So that's why the Lord says it's gonna be an end to it.
Mm-hmm.
Intemperance is at an end. So the place you could just do. I'm a pansexual.
Yeah.
Just whatever comes up, I'll just have. I'm just gonna have sex with it. Just it's because it's there. You know, I'm gonna marry my car. I'm gonna marry a man. I'm gonna marry. You know what I mean? I feel like a woman today, so I'm gonna wear a woman's clothes today, and then tomorrow you're gonna come in like a man. Goddamn confusion. And then then you be like, well, wait a minute. Yesterday you were dressed like a woman. Today you're dressed like a man. Well, can I do that? And don't I have the freedom and the right to do what I want to do? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Candy bar.
Yeah, man. That's these people, man. Oh man. It says it says at the end. Infidelity is cut off, man. Faithful. Being faithful.
faith and
faithless.
Yeah.
No, not faithful, but yeah.
Being
closer to
unfaithful.
faithful, being unfaithful.
Right.
Yeah.
Infidelity. Yeah, you're
Infidelity.
not-
Yeah.
Means that your faith is gonna flourish in that time. Beginning with the men of the Lord. Man.
Yeah. Without faith, or without faith, but infidelity also goes into you being what is that thing called? Like adultery.
Yeah.
And unfaithful. You're committing adultery, spiritual
And
physical adultery. You know. You know what I mean? And it says righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up. So once you put out the wickedness, which that's ultimately what the Lord's going to do. That's why he's going to that grape cluster is going to get destroyed, but you're going to have that one grape. And as you well know, if you don't know, I'm going to let you know, grapes have seeds. So when you have that one grape, though you might think, oh, well, that's just only one grape. Well, that one grape had seeds. And that seeds are going to turn into many more seeds, which is why one man should become a nation, right? And a small, it says a small one.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah, done. Right? So all you need is that grape with the seed, and we're gonna multiply. We're gonna come back, and then righteousness is gonna flourish. Righteousness is gonna spring up, but you have to put out the wickedness, man.
Yeah, it says thy people. It's Isaiah 60 verse 21. It says thy people also should be all righteous.
See, we're
Yeah.
and we're gonna all be righteous.
Is that right?
Talking about
Righteousness shall spring up, right?
Talking about the Israelites,
Right.
what you call black, which is stupid. Hispanic, which is stupid. Native American, which is the dumbest thing. We're the Israelites, right? The power comes with calling yourself Yasharallah.
Right.
There's no power in being Mexican. There's no power in being Puerto Rican or Jamaican or Haitian or any of these other damn dumbass things. Black, African American. What is it? Foundational Black American. There's no power in fucking foundational Black America. You people are stupid, man. Right? There's no power in that. That's a silly, man. Oh, go ahead, because I'm
It says thy people also shall be all righteous.
right,
They shall inherit the land forever.
right, right. That's what we're looking for. Come on.
That's all
We're
looking
gonna do.
for,
We're
man.
gonna hang on with Esau ruling, and each time he's pushing you out. Now you can't own this. Okay, well then okay, so I'll come right here. Nope, come over here, take you out. And now you can't own it. Bro. We will be able to have, like they said, they said it. You know, own nothing and be happy, bro.
Yeah.
Come on now. That ain't living.
It says the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. So
And a branch brings out descendants.
Yeah,
Yeah, more children,
more children. Yeah,
right? And it brings what? Also what? Fruit. Root.
Yeah, which is
It's got a benefit to the world. Because then when you go into Revelation, it says you have a tree with 12 manners of what? Fruits.
that you.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Okay.
Yeah, 12 manner of fruits.
Yep.
That's what's going to bring what? Healing to the nations.
Right.
Right? Which you get to understanding that is we Israelites are scattered in all the nations. It's not talking about all the nations, but which eventually all the nations will be healed.
Yeah.
Too, but ultimately it's talking about Israel. We're scattered in all the nations. We're called after the names of all these other nations.
Yeah.
So the healing is for the nations. Is talking about Israelites. But yeah, of course, the other they're gonna get healed too, because we're not stupid. It tell you that a righteous man, it's a thing in the proverb, a righteous man look well to his animals.
Yeah.
A righteous man look well to his animals.
Yeah.
So we're righteous. We're gonna look well to our beast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, they could have clean water, clean food. You know, they're
We're
not
not gonna look at you like
oppressed,
just straight up goyim like how this guy.
Like
I mean,
Esau rules.
like Esau. I mean, you are gonna be goyim. I mean, you
Tributaries,
still have
they could be
it.
tributaries.
But we're not gonna look at it like how you know you're beneath us. The Lord said you're like spittle. You don't amount to nothing, but still we're still not gonna treat you like Esau does. So I don't understand the whole fight to keep us away from ruling. But hey, it has to happen. It's part of the scripture. So I mean, it has to happen because every time that happens, I get excited though, because you know it's like, whoa, this thing it's real. We can see them fighting, but we can see that they can't do nothing about it. The prophecy just keep hitting them in the head, and it still keeps happening, and they keep trying to stop, and then it keeps still hitting. Like what's the name? Vocab, keep trying to make it, but then even he's reading the statistics and saying that the Israelites are growing. The more and more
He's helping.
He's helping.
He can't do anything.
He can't get against the truth, but for the truth.
Yeah.
Right.
It says a little one shall become 1,000,
Right.
and a small one a strong nation.
Right. See.
I, the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yehoshai, will hasten it in His time.
Right. See, we're gonna be all righteous, and see, all you need is that one grape, because a grape have seeds.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So all he need is that. He need that one righteous, that elect, that 144,000. After that,
Well,
it's That's
even,
it.
even
And the 1/3, yeah.
even in that verse, even the Apostle Tahar said, the little one is the least.
Right.
The least of Israel is going to become 1,000. So imagine those are the that are
On the
higher
upper
on the,
echelon, yeah.
you know,
Where you get the planets.
Yeah.
The different planets.
Yeah.
Different, yeah.
yeah. So hey, there's going to be a.
Right, come. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go ahead and finish and be done with that, and just call all you Yahweh Shemam
Yep.
Shai, Lord willing. That was edifying, and hopefully that fed your spirit as well as it feeds our spirit. You know, give us motivation to keep going. So we're gonna face the east. Give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakam Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Great Shalom, Shalom to the elect. Hey, it's all about the elect. You know what I mean? Hey, Shalom and a Baba Ball.